Hello, testing. There we go. Testing. Hey, hey, look at that. We got volume there. Hello, testing, testing, testing. That might be too loud. I gotta know if that's too loud. If it's too loud, let me know. Can be adjusted. Okay. Back to 1998. That was the year Half-Life came out. Half-Life was kind of a big deal when it came out. Well, maybe not when it came out, per se, but it definitely grew a bit of a cult following as the as time went on. It did get very good reviews when it came out, but I think its lasting appeal, its lasting impact has been more evident over the years. This game did a lot of things that first-person shooters weren't doing. Things like, great games like Doom and Quake, great shooters and stuff like that, but they weren't really story heavy. Half-Life is very story heavy. It did a lot to kind of push stories and action games forward, and that's probably its biggest legacy. Of course, then Half-Life 2 came out, and definitely more popular and probably highly rated. Hard for me to say whether or not it's a better game. I don't know if I like it as much as the original, but that game, of course, added physics, and that was definitely that game's lasting appeal, lasting impact on gaming. I'm going to start a new game, so we're going to talk for a little while. We're going to go to medium. And because of the way Half-Life opens, we'll chat a little bit here. So like this idea of you're just in this train, can't get out. You can't get there's no way to get out. Believe me, I've played this game enough to know that there's no way to get out of this train. With this, this woman narrating and everything like that. Not really narrating, just like welcoming you, like the train, the voice in the train and stuff like that. Like the idea of this being in like a action first-person shooter is kind of crazy. This whole opening sequence, which is like, it's at least 5-10 minutes long. But what it does is it just totally sets the tone of the game, right? You get this tour of this huge facility that the game's taking place in Black Mesa. And, it sets, it's just like, it's the setting, right? It's giving you this idea that this place is, for one, huge, because you go to a lot of places in this, and it definitely gives you an idea of how big it is during playing the game. But, it was still 1998, so they didn't have a whole lot of to work with in terms of like showing you huge scale and stuff like that. So by adding this in at the beginning of the game and kind of showing you all these places that some of them you go to, most of them you don't, when you're thinking about it, you're just like, wow, this place is like way bigger than the game purports to be when you're actually playing it. And yeah, it's just a super interesting, super like risky thing to put at the beginning of what's supposed to be a action first-person shooter. You think of Doom and Quake, and it's just like you press start and you got a gun and you're shooting monsters. Just like detail here where the rail connects and then sparks come out. Like you gotta push buttons to open a lot of the doors in this game, which back when I first played this game, this is one of the first PC games I had really ever played, and it just blew my mind. Probably would have even if it wasn't my first. Would have been first. But looking back at like old reviews and stuff of this game, like people complaining about it because it has these parts in it, because you have to press buttons to open doors, is just hilarious. Like I shouldn't have to press a button to open a door in a game. That's like just looking back and like, you know, how influential a lot of the impact this game had on gaming and how it like totally changed the way that you can even think of, like I said before, narrative and action games. This and like Deus Ex and System Shock, they were doing a lot of things, and this actually has a lot in common with System Shock in terms of world building and stuff like that. You could kind of call it an immersive sim. It doesn't have like stuff like you know, you're not looking at computer terminals and reading documents on people's history or anything like that, but the lived-in world, there he is right there, that's the guy, that's the G-Man, becomes quite important as the game goes on. I don't think we'll probably get there today. It isn't really until the end where his influence pops in. So yeah, so this is where it ends. Yeah, I mean that was like at least probably 5 minutes, I would say, of this train ride where you're really doing nothing except looking around.
Please stand back from the automated door and wait for the security officer to verify your identity.
There's an interesting video you can look up about how they actually did some of this train ride, specifically this part where the train stops and then this door has to open. It was kind of complicated back in the day. And I am not playing with the high definition content pack enabled. Maybe we'll turn it on in a little while. You can just turn it on and off whenever you want. This is all the original junk, all the blurry textures. Of course, back then you were playing on a CRT monitor and it was a lot lower resolution and everything like that, so this didn't really matter too much. I mean, look at this guy's face, he's like a fish.
Can we do this later?
What are we doing?
Hey, catch me later, I'll buy you a
Alright,
beer.
I'll get a beer.
Sorry, I'm on duty, Mr. Freeman.
I'll get a beer later. Very sorry, I'm on duty. Can we do this later? Like, what is going on? What are you saying? Morgan Freeman, one of the original voiceless protagonists.
Hey, Mr. Freeman, I had a bunch of messages for you, but we had a system crash about 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files. Just one of those days, I guess. They were having some problems down in the test chamber, too, but I think that's all straightened out. They told me to make sure you headed down there as soon as you got into your hazard suit.
Yep, just another one of those days. I like just the detail here. All these little things. Like, here's a map of this area. This world map here. And where it is. It's in New Mexico. A little dot there out in the middle of the west there. And then, of course, there's this.
Most of the simulation results are perfectly. What are you doing?
Come on, Gordon. You trying to get me into trouble?
Yep, trying to get you in trouble. You can only do that once. It's pretty fun. just stupid details. And then these, like, you know, there's no tutorials really or anything like that. And because it was like, what are you supposed to do? Like, there's you look at this map and you actually go to various places on this map. It's not just a straight shot. And like, even back then it would be like, I just go forward, right? Well, not really, not in this game. You've got different places you have to go, and they, did a lot of with like realistic world building here with like these lines painted on the wall. It'd be like, if you're someone who doesn't know what you're doing here, just follow these lines like you would in a normal building. And you can talk to all these people.
I can't be bothered right
They have very generic.
Excuse me, Gordon, but I'm rather busy now. Please, leave me alone until after the experiment. You'll just have to wait until after the test.
And you can go in here too, and there's more people.
Weren't you supposed to be in the test chamber half an hour ago? The sample was just delivered to the test chamber.
And there's some foreshadowing here. Like, hey, there's a health kit on this wall that I can't use. I wonder why.
Good morning, Gordon.
You'll notice these vents here as well. Those definitely will come into play here in a little while.
Tunneling lattice calculations again?
So just like, here's this lived-in space that you get familiar with. You go into this little cafeteria area. You can hit this and you can get a drink. Some guy drinking coffee, some guy looking at this bulletin board. I can keep pressing this button. Boom. What am I doing? I'm ruining your stew, whatever you're cooking in there. Yeah, how's that look? Does that look good? What's your professional analysis of that, scientist dude? And you get this
It's good to see you.
locker room, right? And
Why do we all
normally it'd be like, oh, I'm Gordon Freeman, so I can go into Gordon Freeman's locker room, right? And if you look at the credits of the game,
all have to wear these ridiculous ties?
you'll notice that all of these names on these doors are actually the last names of people who are who worked on the game. Like Mark Laidlaw, he's the writer, wrote the story. His name's right there. Just little details like that. Here's for some reason just this open bathroom here. With the,
to report that fluctuation.
can check out these people. What's up?
That's odd. This is all within theoretical limits.
All right, we'll get going here. Yeah, and there's just detail in here, like little note cards on the wall. Apparently, I got a kid. Book by Nelson Mandela. All that kind of stuff. And then here's the iconic piece of equipment. The hazard suit. And the music. Make sure you go get your juice. Can I get in there? There we go. Before you leave. Music in this game is incredible, even to this day.
Go right on through, sir. Looks like you're in the barrel today.
Greetings.
There's some really good tracks, that's for sure. There we go. And then more detail like this. It's kind of futuristic, changing bulletin boards. So yeah, I mean the hazard suit, right? That's like, every game has something, right? The Doom Marine armor. I don't know if there's anything iconic in Quake. It's just you're a Marine, like a Space Marine that has armor on. But like this, you don't start the game with it on in this, and it has like lore to it. You go, you put it on, and then, you know, it gives you your health and your energy down there. You know, people comment about, like, oh, thank God you have that hazard suit, or you wouldn't be able to do half the stuff you're doing here. It's just really cool.
Sorry, sir. I've got to stay at my post. Sorry, sir.
Like, what am I asking him? Where is he going?
Sorry.
Oh.
Can we do this later?
What am I asking him? I don't know.
Shutdown procedure. Gordon.
What's up, dudes?
We just sent the sample down to the test chamber.
We've boosted the anti-mass spectrometer to 105%. Bit of gamble, but we need the extra.
Yeah, it's fine, I'm sure.
The administrator is very concerned that we get a conclusive analysis of
Administrator, am I right?
gather they went to some lengths to get it.
Tell me about it.
For you, Gordon. In the test chamber.
The test chamber. There's the test chamber. Okay. Oh, the retina scans, that's big too. We're gonna have some fun. Oh shit, it's already breaking down. What the fuck? Oh, I think I found your problem. Your computer's hollow. Probably get that looked at. Oh, alright. I had to press a button to open a door. What a drag. 1 out of 10. Yeah, like the hazard suit. Total inspiration for like the Master Chief's power armor.
I'm afraid we'll be deviating a bit from standard analysis procedures today, Gordon.
Yes, but with good reason. This is a rare opportunity for us. This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
Pure
And potentially the most unstable.
and
Now,
unstable.
if you follow standard insertion procedures, everything will be fine.
Sure, it'll be just fine.
I can say that, although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade scenario is extremely unlikely.
Gordon doesn't need to hear all this. He's a highly
this guy
trained
twitching out.
professional. We've assured the administrator
Chill
that
out,
nothing
dude.
will go wrong.
Ah, yes, you're right.
He's
Gordon,
worried.
we have
He's
complete
concerned.
confidence in you.
Well, go ahead. Let him in now.
Double retina scan. Get me in here. Alright, here we are. The test chamber. Yeah, name even this place. Kinda got some crazy stuff going on. Get your cage here. You actually have to turn on the test laser. The dude will start talking to me in a minute.
Testing. Everything seems to be in order.
All right, Gordon. Your suit should keep you comfortable through all this. The specimen will be delivered to you in a few moments. If you would be so good as to climb up and start the rotors, we can bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier arrives.
What if I didn't press it? What if I just never pressed this button and I never went farther in the game? There's nothing there's nothing saying I have to do this. I could just sit here forever. But I'm gonna press the button. I'm like 15-20 minutes in. Haven't shot anything yet. It's an action game. First person shooter.
We'll take it from here.
Alright.
Power to stage 1 emitters in 3, 2, 1. I'm seeing predictable phase arrays. Stage 2 emitters activating now.
Yeah, going into the lore of this, series, and it's kind of disappointing with that recent post about the story and everything like that. Kind of makes me sad that we won't be getting anything past episode 2 of Half-Life 2. Probably. It's just so fascinating. And, you know, when you're first getting into video games, like dropping headfirst into a story like this is just like, it kind of like sets your expectations pretty high for a lot of what you're looking for in games. Yeah, here's the anomalous material, whatever the hell that is. All right, now I just gotta push this in.
Standard insertion for a non-standard specimen. Go ahead.
Standard insertion for a non-standard specimen, which means just walking in. Oh, fuck. What did I do? Oh, fuck. That sucks. This is where it gets good. The fuck are these guys? Unforeseen consequences. The fuck'd you do? Where'd the rest of it go? Hope they have insurance. This is gonna be expensive. Oh, dang. You alright, dude? Oh, I guess not.
Access denied.
Bummer.
Personnel.
Tight security around here. Oh no, dude. Like this thing, like look at this. The fucking scientist trying to revive this guard. Detail and shit like that. Whoa. He ain't gonna make it. I like all these guys. Like these. Yeah, I know they're the same face just over and over again. It's like 3 or 4 scientist faces. But, you know, you saw them when you were coming down here. Reminds me a lot of, like, this year's, well, last year's Prey. Where, like, all of the people that you encounter, all the dead bodies and stuff, they had names, right? You could even look them up on the computers in that game and be like, I want to go find this guy. He has a name, he has a location, and then you can set a waypoint on his body and go find him. Just so fucking cool.
Why didn't they listen? We tried to warn them.
I never thought I'd see a resonance cascade, let alone create one.
Gordon, you're
So-
alive. Thank God for that hazard suit. I'm afraid to move him and all our phones are out. Please, get to the surface as soon as you can and let someone know we're stranded down here. You'll need me to activate the retinal scanners. I'm sure the rest of the science team will gladly help you.
Sure.
Lead
Let's
the
go.
way.
So yeah, you can totally just go up to these guys, say, hey, follow me, and they'll follow you. These are head crabs. They're bad news. So I bring this guy over here. This is teaching you that, hey, you can talk to these scientists and they'll actually help you get to places you need to go. And then he pretty much gives you your quest for the first part of the game, which is get to the surface and contact help. We gotta deal with this nonsense. Alright, there we go. Yeah, and that's like your job for probably about maybe half this game is trying to get to the surface. And then, I still don't have a weapon, by the way. And then, you know, it goes from there. And this thing is just so cool, like this laser beam that comes across here, blows this stuff up, and then comes down here and is just like the crowbar. The iconic crowbar. Almost as iconic. Well, maybe it is a little bit more iconic at this point than the wrench from System Shock, but the crowbar. Only one like it. It is worth it to go down here. I believe there's a battery. Yeah, it's over there. Here we go. Now, it's funny playing this and just like how it feels. Like it feels like the best shooters today. Like this and Doom, not last year but the year before, they just felt so good, and like this feels like that. Like it just hasn't changed.
Okay, I'll cover you.
You can have the security guard follow you. He's got a pistol, or I could actually kill him right here, take his pistol, and use it for myself. But pro tip: if you don't do that right now and have him follow you, infinite ammo. If I just grab it from him right now, I won't have infinite ammo. So if I just have this guy follow me, he'll help me take out the monsters that are coming up. So what we got here are zombies. We're calling them zombies. The head crabs, they jump onto your head, as you can see, and they turn you into zombies. That's for a while. This is kind of like the primary enemy. This and the head crabs, and there's some other things that come up pretty quickly. But you know, this is like it's very inspired by Alien, you know, except you don't actually mutate into, like, you don't actually birth the alien. It just turns you into a zombie. But it's the head crabs are definitely inspired by like the face huggers from Alien. And now you're walking around this place. Like this at one point was a nice little cafeteria, and now it's just this bloody gross scene where somebody always like got dragged. Kind of the same situation here. There's a door now open where you can get some ammo for the gun you don't have yet, and you get your battery again. So that's why you got to make sure you grab the battery before. So you get two, and yeah. So now all of a sudden it's obvious why there are these first aid kits just kind of sitting on the wall. Too bad there isn't more hazard suits. Where'd this guy go? There he is. Come on, come here. The pathfinding with the AI sometimes isn't that great. Pretty obvious reasons. Yeah, then everything just fucked up. I should have gone. You know what? I screwed up. I should have gone all the way over here because we would have got our second view of the G-Man. He's definitely somebody. he ends up being a big part of the game, this game, and then an even bigger part of the second game. Come on. Shoot him. I know you can see him. Okay. I'm gonna tell you to wait right here. He's not gonna stick around for too much longer. This is just me being cruel. I mean, I can get this ammo over here. But this guy's like, wait, oh no. Oh, shit. That sucks. You know, he the way I see it, he would have died anyway. You know, who's gonna survive this? Not just some scientist. Turn that off. Now, let me make sure I get these keys right. Quick save F6, quick load F7. There we go. And see you guy. Thanks for the gun. You do what you gotta do. Whoa! What the fuck? Why did that kill me? I guess I got what I deserved. I'm gonna do it again.
And what do you want on your own?
It's weird that that killed me that time. I don't know. Shit is popping off. Yeah, so that vent over there. Now there's vent up here. And then there's these scripted things that go on, like that guy gets attacked by headcrab. I can't even go in there. There's this dude who looks like all of us after a long night of gaming. Just like, one more game. I could turn the light on. Doesn't work now, but I could turn the light on if it worked. This dude's having a bad day. So this would have been normally where you'd get the pistol. We go on to places we haven't been yet. These guys are a little annoying. Oh, I didn't get him. Son of a bitch. And this guy. Alright. A little bit of... Some of the scripted stuff doesn't always line up. That guy's supposed to get sucked in. See, there we go. He's supposed to get sucked in. There's another scientist that came running over here. I could save him if I killed these things fast enough. Really not that big of a deal. G-Man. You can't kill him. Go! That was weird how that didn't open right away. Now... Okay, here's a scientist there. I'll go over here and kill this zombie. A little bit of a secret here. There's these kinds of things all over the place. Just little caches of supplies. Get up, dude. Coming.
Our fellow scientist.
A fellow scientist.
Fine. You won't even know I'm here.
Looks like Albert Einstein. You know, that's how all scientists look. And he'll just open this up for me.
Wouldn't you like to get one of these blood samples under a microscope?
Sure. And early grenades.
Well, there goes our grant money.
Alright. Now he can't help me anymore because they can't go down ladders. Kill that guy. If you've played Half-Life 2, you'd recognize these guys.
You're going to have to leave me here, Gordon. Yes. I refuse to go another step. Yes, this is as far as I go.
Alright. Oops. Whoa! Didn't mean to fall down. Alright, so... And then it starts to kind of layer in these puzzles, right? So, like, what do I do here? I see this. Can't get to it, though. I have to turn this water on, this valve, to raise the water up. And, it's just very layered in the way it does these things, right? It doesn't just throw a huge challenge at you right away. It just kind of gets you prepared for it. And there's definitely some future puzzles. This part. Oh, fuck. Okay. Whew. Hit the wrong button there. My keyboard doesn't have illuminated F keys, so sometimes press the wrong button. So this part really sucks. This is probably one of the shittier parts of the game early on. You go down this elevator thing, and these head crabs just start jumping at you. And you can attack them if you want, but it's better to just avoid them completely, because you're just gonna waste a whole lot of ammo, and you're not gonna be able to kill them all. A lot of them just totally miss you. No, whoa. Oh boy. Some of them will survive the fall and be greeting you down here, but most of them will fall into this water pit that has these grinders in it. So like if you tried to jump down there, you'd die. And if you fall too far, you die from fall damage. I was lucky it was pretty close when I fell off. And this is cool, like this guy gets warped in. You shoot him and he breaks through the box. And then it's like, teaches you, oh, you can break boxes. Now, something like that, specifically, is actually addressed in the tutorial, which we didn't play. There is an actual tutorial. But, for the most part, you don't really need to play the tutorial because it introduces you to these concepts pretty early. Not early, but successfully within the context of actually playing the game. This right here is probably where the game kind of lets you figure this out on your own. Like, I need to get up there. right? And if I didn't know the basic concepts of this game, it could take me a little while to figure that out. And then it just, you know, it goes from there. I don't. You can go down there, but I don't think it's necessary. Maybe I do need to go down there. Yeah, maybe I do. Let this guy take out all these head crabs, right? And then we just take pot shots at him. This guy shoots this radioactive slime. Not too big of a deal. There really aren't too many of those guys in this game. Underutilized enemy. For sure. Alright, so now we get these barnacles. These things hanging from the ceiling, right? And you touch their tongue, they start yanking you up. Challenge here is to get down there. One of those three things, but you have to get past all these barnacles. Now you could waste the ammo and shoot them, or you can push these boxes in, right? I think the barrels work too. Oh, you know what? You don't even have to fucking do that. Why did I do this before? I remember playing this game. I haven't played this game in quite some time. I remember doing all of this stuff. I don't know if I just thought it's cool. I think these things grab the... No, it doesn't even work. What the fuck? Maybe that's the second one. I don't know. Who knows when you're a kid and you're messing around with games. You just do stupid stuff. Definitely remember doing that though. It's pretty generous early on with the health packs and stuff like that. I think this is coming up the jumping puzzle. This game isn't perfect by any stretch, but it does have these jumping puzzles, and first-person jumping is not great. It's never been great. Metroid Prime did an alright job of it, but the end of this game has a ton of jumping puzzles, and it's a real drag. And when I used to play this game, I've probably gone through this game at least 20 or 30 times. I would stop before getting to those jumping puzzles. Like, that's pretty much where I would stop playing the game, because they were such a pain in the ass and it's so confusing. But it's definitely the weakest part of the game. Everything else is just so strong and polished. And then, like, you go through all of these different environments. Like, now here's this office setting, right? And then there's these little things like this. So you wait, this electricity will kill these head crabs. You can look in here. It's gonna be an asshole. He's gonna get pulled up. You gotta go in here, or else you're gonna get killed. And that's, you know, it's like warning you, hey, don't fuck with this shit, right? Hey, asshole. Didn't open the fucking door for me.
I'd let you in. Everyone's heading for the surface. But I think they're crazy not to stay put. Someone is bound to come by and rescue us. All right. I'm going to stay here and wait for my colleagues. Let's go. I'll stay here. With my brains and your brawn, we'll make an excellent team.
Want a soda, dude? Come over, get a soda. Oh no! Oh! What happened? Oh! Oh man. That sucks. Should have got the door for me. Alright. Had to go turn the electricity off in order to use the, in order to get through here. Makes sense, right? Oh, I didn't even... Forgot about the best part. On-demand flashlight. Oh, yeah. That flashlight's huge. It almost turns this game into almost a horror game in a lot of ways. Like when you're crawling through vent shafts and stuff. You don't know what's gonna jump out at you. You could totally miss this too if you didn't know you could go all that way. Early shotgun. Shotgun's big, but there's a much more important gun. Oh, man. Oh, I forgot I had to save that guy. I wonder if it auto-saved. Save scum. Okay, that's not bad. Yo, dude! Kind of like an early preview of how fucking awesome the shotgun is. Gross.
What is that smell? Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here. Alright. Full ammo and everything. This guy might have some trouble getting through this if I don't break these boxes. Sometimes they have a lot of trouble going through loading sections because there's so many little loads here and there. Alright, you can stay here.
See you later.
You coming out, dude? No? Just gonna hang out? I don't think this, does he bust through here? Yeah, he does, okay. There's some ammo in here. That's about it.
Yeah.
Grab you and put you right in front of here.
Yeah, I'll wait here.
Okay, now we've got some environmental challenges here. I'm gonna shoot this from here. Now we've got to not touch the water, because as you can see, we've got some electricity going on here. So yeah, I mean, more jumping puzzles, and like, these ones aren't so bad, but it goes places. Let's just put it that way. Come on. There we go. Yeah, and like, all the weapons are real, you know? The shotgun, the pistol, the clock, they're all like, based in reality. They're not like, well, there are some sci-fi weapons that, come into play a little bit later, but most of the weapons are just based in reality. Where, like, if you got Doom and Quake and those early games, they're all sci-fi weapons, you know? Like, you have your machine gun, you have your pistol, but they're, your shotgun, but they're all, like, you know, you got your super shotgun. Look at those textures, look at that. Look at that. You wouldn't want that on your head. Who would want that on their head? Nobody. Nobody would want that on their head. Man, what are you doing? You stay here. You stay here and guard this area. I'm just gonna say that. And get some light physicsy puzzles here to get up here. Oh. This is not the game's strong suit, as discussed previously. The puzzles are cool. The physics around them, which don't actually exist at all, are not cool. Brah. Brah. Ooh, ouch. Another pro tip. Hopefully they come out. Sometimes it takes them a while. Huh. Oh, fucking right here. Come on. Alright, you know what? Screw this. I'm just gonna go get cop. Get super cop over here. I think that would be the first place you'd get the shotgun. If you didn't know about the other... Well, which isn't too big of a secret. Not as much as the grenades. One of these cops... No, security guards, sorry. You can have them, one of them follow you for quite some time. You want to get that dude over there. Fucking save me ammo, God. What do you think you're here for? To look good? To buy me beers?
Bring it on.
Alright, idiot. I'll take care of it. I think there's some stuff up there, like I'd have to push that little box all the way over there, bring it all the way in over here. It's a pain in the ass. Some of it's just not worth it. So here's another cop. I think I can get two.
Yeah, we might stand a better chance if we team up.
Yeah, I can have two following me. So you can have like a cop and a scientist. Two cops in this case. Sometimes it's not great because if they're behind you, they just start shooting you in the back like a bunch of idiots. This place is pretty cool. I like the office complex. fuck.
Got another one. That'll look nice in my trophy.
And like if you know where things are gonna be, you can be like, you wait right here and take the guy out as he gets spawned in. And then you can kind of just like, you can cheese a lot of the encounters. I'm, like I said, I haven't played this in a long time, so I'm not going to be very good at that. I'll remember some of them, that's for sure.
That's one less horror.
Look at you. I don't know if I need this scientist for something. Or if I can just keep the cops. I don't know. I don't. Who knows? It's probably doesn't matter at all. Oh, isn't there like a... Yeah. I remember this. Whoa, 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 whoa. I thought I was supposed to turn this off. Did I fuck it up? You can shoot these enough and they'll die. So that was supposed to turn that off. You can use that to kill some of the enemies. You saw how good it worked last time. So, like, might not be worth it.
Transmission. Soldiers have arrived, and they're coming to rescue us. Of course, I have my doubts that we'll live long enough to greet them.
Soldiers have arrived, and they're coming to save us. Hooray! See, I knew there were fucking aliens up here. Come on. Break. I killed him. Barney. Okay. Eventually you just like, you know, it isn't worth babysitting these guys. You just move forward. The game just isn't that hard yet. Keyword is yet.
Hey, Gordon. Hey, what the hell are you doing down here? Outside. The troops are coming in to save us.
Yeah, I bet they are. So foreshadowing, if you're not familiar with what's coming down the pipe. Whoops. Sup? Oh fuck, I gotta get out of here. They'll just nibble you to death. Ammo! Grenades, everything you could possibly need. How the fuck do I get out of here? Oh, there we go. That was weird.
Roger that. Let's run like
Yeah, let's run like hell. How about you kill those things? There you go. I only have 244 bullets. You better take them. Yeah, if you accidentally shoot them too many times, they'll get mad and start attacking you. I know this happens. Forgot about the second one. Sometimes there's stuff in boxes, most of the time there isn't. Is it over here? I thought maybe the G-Man was... I think he's supposed to be. There's been a lot of not great scripting on this run. I don't know if I'm triggering things incorrectly or what. But usually the scripting is quite a bit better than it's been. But you know, it's an old game, so actually a lot of the scripting stuff was kind of first of its kind too, especially in a game like this. Just having big set pieces. Oh, this fucking place. It's basically, I'm gonna go clean everything out while you got this dude.
Bring it on.
I think there's stuff up there. I'm not 100% sure. Turn this guy on. I think there's a dude. I think there's a head crab up here. Yeah. Yeah, this is where, if you would happen to be able to bring all these guys up, this is where you have to let them go.
This magnitude is extremely important. I certainly hope you know what you're doing.
Okay, I'll secure this here.
I'm going to stay here.
So obviously they can't follow you into the vent shafts, but they also can't follow you to where you're ultimately going. We'll wait for it to come back. And the game does this, it like bottlenecks you out of Yep. This is what I'm talking about with the scary shit. Some of these vent shafts are pretty precarious, and they do the jump scares and stuff. But yeah, the game does that frequently throughout, where you'll have people following you. Well, so the people following you stops being really useful in a little while here, but what it does is it it bottlenecks you. It prevents you from taking followers past certain points pretty frequently throughout the game. Just smart level design. You get these big open areas with the aliens, and then you're in these little vent shafts with the little guys. Just trying to get to the surface. Now this fucking asshole had to do all of that because nobody would open the door. Did I hit him? Did I shoot him?
Don't count on the cavalry finding us down here. Head for the
We'll play for a little bit longer. I might do this as a regular stream. Come back with more next week or something. This game's really cool, and then we'll go on to the second one if we so desire. Maybe it's this. There he is. There's that mug. Come on, dude. Come on. Let's go. What's up? Man, everybody's making an entrance. I didn't get the memo. Why'd you even jump through here, man? There's nothing even in here except a fucking shotgun. The duck jump. I think that's probably one of the game's big legacies. The famous duck jump. Alright, come on. Get out of here. Get out of my way. You're useless.
Okay, I'll wait here and help anyone else.
Yeah, no one's coming by. Okay, more platforming. What's up, dude? Got it. It's amazing how he can do this while holding the shotgun. Right through the floor. Wow. He was moving real fast. Holy crap. This is actually... Nope, nah, see? That's actually the worst one. Is jumping onto this thing here. Lining it up. Here we go. We've got hostiles. Oops. We've got hostiles? What does that mean? Who's coming for us? Oh my god, what are you doing? Oh, that sucks. You're dead. Everyone's dying! I thought this was supposed to be the... where we all get rescued. What the fuck are these? Oh my god! This is where the game gets real good. And there she is. The real icon of the arsenal. We'll talk about this in a little while. Let me just get through this. This is like one of the most important levels in gaming right here. What you're seeing. Don't have the So, like, here we are, right? We just got this machine gun. You know, you're waiting and waiting and waiting for the machine gun to appear. Because it's an action game. You know that there's going to be a machine gun. And you are just a fucking maniac with this thing, right? Like, the shotgun was pretty good. Shotgun was alright. This thing is just murdering everything that gave you trouble before. Yeah, I think I hit him. He's probably gonna die from this. Yep. Where's the soldiers? Where's the rescue? Where is it? What's going on? Why isn't there helicopters taking everybody out? Oh, thank God, a soldier. Why is he killing the scientist? The twist. The fucking twist. They put a twist in it. There's more than one twist. But man. And here we go. This is a good game. What happens here is truly what sets it apart. Because you get this gun, right? This machine gun that's just destroying everything. Yeah, I don't need you. Here, I'll save you. And like 2 minutes after you get it, 2 minutes after you're like, holy shit, this is so great. It just throws this enemy at you. This human enemy, which up until this point it had just been aliens. And it's just like, hey, guess what? Your super duper machine gun, not that great. Because, guess what? These guys have the same thing. And they also have grenades, just like you do. And they take cover. And they try to flank you. There's only one here, but if there were more than one, they would try to flank me. The soldiers in this game are crazy. They're, you know, we're talking about like how this game influenced other games, and the AI for the soldiers is totally the influence for like the elites and most of the enemies in Halo. Like the idea of like putting this type of lethal, like realistically behaving for the time anyway, enemy in a game is crazy. You know, when you think about you know, like Quake 2 or something like that, you know, all the enemies, they just run at you. There's almost no no nuance beyond that. It's like they run at you. Man, I got my ass kicked there. You know, some of them do shoot you from far away, do try to shoot you from far away, but ultimately, all you're doing is you're running up to them and you're killing them. But these guys don't. Like, you could just stand there and not do anything. And look, I see that guy just threw a grenade at me. And now they're all over the place. I have no idea where they are. They know where I am. They know I have to come through here. Oh, he just killed himself. I mean, they're not perfect, right? This is fucking 1998, and AI has come a long way. But, like, look at me. I'm at 88 health. Whereas before, I wouldn't even come close to interacting with an enemy that could kill me. Like, get me below 50%, let alone kill me. And, like, I know this game. I know that these guys are here, and it's still, they're still kicking my ass. I don't think there's anything in these. And so, you know, this was the whole thing, was like, get to the surface. Soldiers are on their way. They're here to save us. So, why don't we go to the surface? Doesn't sound too good on the surface, now does it? So the trick here is, like, you don't even fuck around, right? They'll just keep dropping enemies. They'll keep throwing grenades, etc., etc. So what you really gotta do is I'm gonna die. No, I didn't. What you're really gonna do is just get over here. Look, I almost fucking died there. That's fucking crazy. Like, I died once before, but that was because of a stupid glitch. The Marines here are, I mean, you get weapons that help you out, and there are other enemies too. In fact, we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little while. Like, this is fucking cool. Like, the Osprey comes in and ropes come down and then they're on their fucking, oh my god. This is fucking crazy. Oh shit, I gotta get going. I'm screwing around too much. They'll just keep coming. Yeah, so I'm not gonna do all these little side things. This is just a bunch of vent crawling to get a little bit of supplies. Not really worth it. Yeah, so these fucking Marines, right? They show up and they're super lethal, and the game totally changes from just this sci-fi alien hunt, you know, kind of horror, and then all of a sudden it's like, wow, this like tough as nails first-person, like military first-person shooter.
Their idea of containment is to kill
And
everyone
then there's this guy.
associated with the project. Judging from your hazard suit, I'd say you were part of what went wrong. Isn't that right? Now look, if anyone can end this fatality, it's the science team in the Lambda complex at the opposite end of the base. With the transit system out, I couldn't tell you how to get there. But there's an old decommissioned rail system somewhere through here, beyond the silo complex. If you can make it through the rocket test labs, you might be able to worm your way through the old tunnels to track down whatever's left of the Lambda team. You can trust them. You can trust all of us. Good luck.
So there it is. Up until this point, your mission was to get to the surface, where there's going to be people that are going to help you. They're not here to help you. And now your goal is to get to the Lambda complex, which is your goal for pretty much the rest of the game. There's no objectives, like there's no missions, like it's not broken up into chapters like Quake or Doom or Duke Nukem, things like that. It is just a constant point A to point B game. It's like a serial game, I guess you would call it, as opposed to like a sitcom where they say serial drama is like Lost, where every episode kind of leads into the next. Unlike a sitcom where each episode is kind of like its own contained story. This is like a serial game. It starts and it never cuts. You never get lifted out and dropped back into a new location. It's fucking awesome. And the crazy thing is that they just introduced these super lethal enemies, these human enemies, this huge twist, and you don't see them again for like another hour after this. We'll go into here, which is the next area, the next chapter. And there are no human enemies here. There will be no human enemies for the next hour or so. There's a awesome there's an awesome like puzzle boss kind of thing that you have to figure out, which is really cool. And then the game just goes, man. It's so cool. No, no, I'm not using a C. I actually do have the original disc for this game, but I'm just playing it off of Steam. I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say Valve just. Oh shit. This is one of those weird areas here with loads and stuff. I'm pretty sure Valve just gave the game away for free. Maybe you're gonna pay for it. I don't know. Obviously, it's worth buying. Then there's there's a Half-Life Source on Steam as well, which is like the game kind of remastered in the Source engine. Oh, I was gonna turn on the high definition stuff. I think I can just turn that on. So they put out this. Nope. Oh, okay. All right. It just relaunches it. They put out this HD patch. It was very strange. It was it's like a special edition of the game, or maybe it came with one of the expansion packs. And you know, it just kind of up-reses the textures, and it changes a lot of the weapons. So the Glock turns into this thing. The crowbar looks a little bit different. It's kind of dark here. I'll get into the light so you can see these models better. Crowbar looks a little different. It's Glock here. And then the MP4 turns into this friggin' like M4 assault rifle, which is crazy. I like the original better, the original MP4. But it's just a very strange thing, like an HD remaster before there were HD remasters. There's definitely certain parts of this HD thing that I like. Like, as much as I prefer the old MP4, because that's just what I remembered the most. You can't deny that this M4 is just fucking awesome. Like the sound mastering on it and the muzzle flash and stuff just makes it a lot more intense than the MP4. Yeah, I could have thrown a grenade in there or shot this and blew all that stuff up, but that kind of usually kills me more times than it doesn't. So the HD texture thing, the HD update or whatever, didn't change the game at all. Like, there's no new areas, or levels aren't any different. There is a thing on Steam where some fans are remastering the game, and I don't remember what engine they're using, but they're completely remastering the game, like rebuilding it even. It's called Black Mesa, and it's it's got the approval of Valve and everything like that. They aren't gonna like DMCA it or anything like that. I've checked it out a little bit. I was kind of a little sour on it because they did change the layout of some of the levels. And like, I just kind of want a better looking version of exactly what this is. That's what I personally want. If you just hang out on that train there, you're gonna get blasted way out into those boxes. Yeah, so the original CD, I do have it. I'm not 100% sure if it would work on Windows 10, to be honest. A lot of those older games, they just, as Windows got updated, they stopped being supported. And this game in particular, old, of course, but they do update this on Steam. Like, there was just recently an update, actually, not probably like 6 months ago, which is strange for a game this old to get an update. Yeah, so it's like it's been patched and designed to work on Windows 10, and hopefully moving forward. I hope there isn't a time where Half-Life doesn't work. So that would suck. I should be conserving my ammo here, because like I said, those Marines, they don't show up again for a little while. So you don't get a lot of ammo for your assault rifle in this case, or MP4. Time's it. And we're gonna wrap it up here in a little while. I'm gonna show you the cool thing, and then we'll probably pick up from there next time. So I want to play through this game. I haven't done it in a while, and it's a really cool game. Don't touch the floor. Floor is lava, I guess? Radiation? So I like the idea of this area, the boss and everything. It's not really a boss. It's about as close as the game gets to bosses. But I don't like all the stuff around it. Like, you have to do all this stuff, like go turn power on and turn fuel on, and it's kind of a drag, especially after the fucking intense shootouts with those Marines, and now you're just fighting these same enemies that you've been fighting before. So the pistol is your long-range weapon, for sure. It's super accurate. At, I think, pretty much infinite range. You do get a more powerful pistol. The assault rifle, though, is not very accurate at long range. It's definitely a medium to short range weapon. And the shotgun's, of course, short range.
Fire the rocket engine. Destroy the damn thing before it grows any larger. Stop!
Alright, so here we go. This guy's like, yo, I'm gonna totally do this. Oh my god! What the fuck is going on here? Look at this. Look at this. Oh, they killed the cop. They never killed the cop. What the fuck? This run is crazy. So many broken scripting, and that cop's dead. Alright. So, this thing, right? This is crazy. First off, I gotta light these things up. I gotta turn on the oxygen, the fuel, and the power. That's what I was talking about before. You gotta do all these, like, errands, basically. But this thing, we'll check it out. This thing's fucking crazy. This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about when this. Oh, wait, they didn't kill the cop. Maybe there's another cop.
Be quiet. This thing hears us.
This thing hears us. Right. Yeah, there was another cop. This game, man. Alright, so this thing hears us. It doesn't have any eyes. And it's like an instant death if it hits you. If one of these tentacles hits you, you're dead. So what you have to do is, now if you play the training, the tutorial, it will explain to you that crouching and walking slowly is quieter. The thing is, though, it's like, I feel like this is the only time that it comes up in the game, so it's easy to forget. Certainly it's the first time that it's come up in the game. And what you gotta fucking do, right, is you gotta get to those doorways that are all boarded up. And of course, breaking boxes and stuff is gonna cause noise. So what do, right? Well, you gotta use these fucking grenades. That's why there's this big fucking cache of grenades over here. You gotta bust that open, and now they'll go crazy. They'll be like, oh, there's something here. I gotta attack this thing. That gives you the opportunity to sneak around. There's certain things that you do, like climbing off those ladders. Unfortunately, makes noise, and I don't think there's a way to avoid that. Of course, I gotta bust these doors open. Oh. Whatever. Oh no. I was not supposed to do that. That hurt, and I'm very lucky they didn't hear me. That sucked. Usually I do the middle one first. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters. Alright, this is gonna be where we'll finish up. Well, we'll finish up Last Pit next time. But I wanted to show you that, to give you a preview of what's coming up. And yeah, I'm excited to play through this game again, because like I said, I haven't in quite a while, and I still think it's a great first-person shooter. One of the best first-person, maybe the best first-person. Well, you decide. You decide if it's the best first-person shooter. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna play through Half-Life, and then we'll play through Half-Life 2, which is also a really good first-person shooter. And the episodes that they made for that game, which are good first-person shooters, are they anything else good about them? I guess we'll find out. But that won't be for a while. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Old Games Show, or Old Games, or whatever we're calling it. It's going to be games that are old, and I'm going to play them. See ya.